Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Yet again, a new daily high. We can say a lot, but not that it's an uneventful week till now. How's everyone doing today, guys? How are we feeling? Well, I'm back. I'm definitely back. I must say, I've rarely been this absolutely surprised by Bitcoin. And yet another 30 million wiped. Prior to New York. Prior to everything. So as of now, it seems that every session moves up. And absolutely everything is bullish. If we look at since the start of this war, I would say it's pretty impressive, to be honest. The biggest scam I've seen. It's definitely getting there. Because until this point, we've seen a 24% move up, guys. A 24% move up from the lows since the war began. That's beyond impressive, in my opinion. So where are we now? What's happening? My honest opinion is, and I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I don't know. I have genuinely no clue. Because again, during the London session, we went to 80.5. We haven't really retraced anything. And we went up again. So I don't know. It looks like Dixie's not doing that much. Let's see on the 4 hour. Yeah, DXY is slightly going up. Oil is not really down. All the futures seem to be bullish as well. So as of now, all I can say is, you guys tell me. What a crazy market. Yo, listen, it's senseless. It's absolutely senseless. Look, we tried to tap a little bit of a low. And we went up again, 1.3%. And since Asia as well, so from yesterday, when the war news came out about the missiles and about the attacks, we've bluntly recovered 4.3% again. As of now, I don't know what to say. I genuinely don't know what to say. This is the most brain rot PA I have ever seen in my trading life. We're now at the point where Bitcoin doesn't need any money. It doesn't need any liquidations. It doesn't need any order flow. It just walks, right? It's just like, you know, leave me be. Let me do my thing. Yeah. I'll see you all later. What is intriguing, especially on the 5-second chart, is look at the volume in these candles, right? So these candles have quite some volume, especially the pressure's down. So the pressure and the volume, it's there. It is pushing down, but it just gets eaten. Look at this, for example, again. Look at how much volume they're putting in here. How much absolute sheer pressure that is. That's our own indicator. It's pretty soon going to be released as well. So, oh wow. Wow. They're just going to keep going at it, aren't they? Look at these 2 5-minute candles. Wow. I cannot say anything else than wow. Right, listen, the only thing that can hold it at the 4-hour level is here at, let's say, 84K. And if that thing doesn't work, we're going to 91. So these are the only 2 trades I've set up right now. We might go there in the next 15 minutes. Who knows? But this pressure is unreal. Absolutely unreal. Even though, look at the volume. I was on the 24-hour, right? We've seen billions upon billions upon billions. And now it's barely 600 million in pressure. I was on the 4-hour. There's not even that much pressure. But it just keeps... I don't know. It just doesn't give a flying fuck. So yeah, how has everyone been, guys? It's been a while. Finally back at my own setup, in my own house, in my own cozy chair, wearing sweatpants again. Finally ready to lock in again on trading. So yeah, there's that. Have you seen a situation similar to this in your trading? No. Not like this. Because the problem is, like, we've seen it run up and go up without retesting, without retraces, without anything. Oh, look at these sell walls. Look at how they're just buying it. We've seen situations where price would move irrational, right? But not with these amounts of irrationality. Right now, there's nothing that can stop it before 82.4, I think. Goed om je te zien in je vertrouwde omgeving. Thanks, buddy. How much you made last month? Well, I was at 3 million port, and now my port is back to 2.1. So I was up 2.5 million for the last 2 months, and I'm currently down 900K. So that's the truth. But these candles, especially on the higher time frames, it's mad. What? Yesterday, at one point, especially here, I could have sworn I was looking at a meme coin chart. I could have genuinely sworn that this was not Bitcoin anymore. If you look to Bitcoin at the hourly, especially with stuff like this, I was like, am I watching Pepe or am I watching Bitcoin? The amount of liquidity they're now leaving below is absolutely unreal. Are you still holding short? Yeah, I am. Vanessa, I'm down 900K. I can teach you how to lose money currently. But yeah, we will see where it goes. The thing is, I still have conviction that it has to come down. Because there's not much more to liquidate. Again, they've taken 50 million almost in the last hour. Another 260. People will stop shorting. And what intrigues me most is that spot CVD is not even looking that great. And perp CVD is looking even worse. Look, spot CVD is not even looking that good. You know, theoretically, we're still dropping on spot CVD. So this thing, for me, still is fueled by a whole lot of opium and a whole lot of bullshit. Yesterday was the first time that we've seen stocks dump. When is the short considered irresponsible? The thing is, I have my invalidation. If we see acceptance about 82.4, I'm gonna close this short, man. Then I'll look for re-entry, but then I'm done with it. Would it be a time that you start to cut it? Just curious how you handle such amount of money. Will be dead inside. Bro, I am dead inside. But the thing is, what people don't need to forget is this portfolio comes from 500K, right? So, and I have the skill set and I know myself I can build it again. So even if I'm wrong, and right now I'm still not, it might be delusional, it might be hopium, but if I look at the geopolitical situation, right? So geopolitically, we're looking like absolute dog shit. We have an Iran war, there's an energy crisis coming in Europe, the stocks are irrational, gold is going up again. Listen, everything is just blind up. But I also have to take care of where I put my stop losses and everything, because I'm not a gambler, I'm a trader in the end, right? So right now my entries are in, everything is DCA'd, and I will evaluate. Why you trade against the trend? What do you base your trend on? Is your trend based on the daily? If your trend is based on the daily, we're still in a fucking downtrend, my friend, until proven otherwise. If it trades on the weekly, we're still based on a downtrend until proven otherwise. So what is your trend? Tell me. Geopolitics is speculation? Bro, isn't every thing sort of speculation? Or is there something as guaranteed money except the paycheck at the end of the month? Just asking for a friend here, to be honest. So right now, there's still way more money below. 𝗘𝗿𝗘𝗏 looking. Bro, I'm more single than a bloody album. Looks like the perfect bull trap. That's the vibe it's giving me, to be honest. Like, there's still no fundamental change. There's still no change in fundamental for Bitcoin to go up this much. But that doesn't mean it can't stay irrational. There's been oil tankers run through Hormuz. Yeah, but listen, if they shoot them, it's bullish, right? If they go through, it's bullish. If oil goes up, it's bullish. It doesn't matter at this point, right? So right now, the chart is so absolutely irrational that doesn't really matter what happens. It's bullish anyways. There's a big AI bubble. There's a big AI crash. Let me explain you guys something about financial markets, right? We have a max market cap or a max circulating supply of money. We all agree that, right? Money doesn't, in order to make money, it has to transact from one person to another person, right? Because there are no bubbles in AI. Okay, buddy. Pashka, I'm gonna ignore you for now because you're talking nonsense. In order for markets to actually circulate, in the end, the market has to be a zero-sum game, right? If you buy a stock, someone has to sell a stock because there's a limited amount of stocks. And the stock can go up so people make money, right? But the money has to come from somewhere. It's not that money comes flying out of the sky or just keeps on coming in, right? There's always a rotational aspect in the money flow cross markets. If it's legacy markets, if it's risk on assets like crypto, or if it's the more stable market like gold, silver, copper, oil. If oil is going up, Bitcoin's going up, stocks are going up, euro and dollar is going up, is that sustainable? My trades is based on TA and also quite a lot of market fundamentals. But if everyone is making money, where's the money coming from? Combined with the fact that inflation isn't rising, because everyone could theoretically make money by just having a bigger supply of money. But that's also is not happening because inflation apparently isn't rising. So if no one's paying for everything that's happening, how can we keep on justifying the fact that everything is fine and there's nothing wrong or nothing going on? Transfer of wealth from shorter to longers, but how does that work in traditional markets, man? Who is shorting the stocks? And there's no transfer of wealth from shorters to longers. A transfer of wealth in form of a liquidation goes to a market maker. So that argument is invalidated. A market can stay irrational for rather long, but people who haven't seen it, I would genuinely advise to watch the movie The Big Short. US is not stating that they're printing money. So the Feds theoretically won't even get involved in a war. And printing money would rise inflation as well. So it's not a matter that they would like to execute, to be honest. I'm not saying that there are assets that are shortable. I'm just saying that it's impossible for every asset to keep on going up. It can't. It's that simple. It's impossible that everything just keeps on going up. Well, apparently, to be honest, it isn't. Because we have the living proof right here in every given asset. We're even currently seeing $100 plus candles in Bitcoin on the 5-second chart. So it's very well possible that everything just keeps on going up without any ration or without the need to retrace. But this is not sustainable in the long term. What if the dollar we use? Okay. So what has Dixie been doing on the 4-hour chart? Dixie's also been going up, right? Because from here, let's say January till now, even the dollar moved up almost 3%. So the dollar is also getting stronger. My invalidation is probably going to be the 82.4 because then I have more than enough of this bullshit. Listen, this coin is probably going to stay irrational way longer than we're expecting. So yeah. Okay, so I have some interesting news today, guys. Two things. One is we partnered with KuCoin for our KYC exchange. Link is in the description. If anyone wants to trade with KYC and wants to use bigger exchanges, KuCoin is definitely the way to go. And we partner with MetaMask because we are using DEXs more and more. Also, MetaMask released something pretty cool that we're going to use on stream as well. As soon as I have everything set up, they now partner with Polymarket, so you can do predictions on MetaMask. And as a lot of you people know, I like it. I like predictions. I like doing it. So if you need a safe, non-custodial place to store your money and you don't trust yourself with having a ledger, MetaMask is 100% the way to go. And next to that, it's also a very fun way to do prediction markets and even trade stocks on it. What happened to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏? Nothing happened to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. We're still working with 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, but we're having multiple partners for multiple categories. Some people don't like to trade non-KYC. Some people want to trade KYC. Some people want to trade DEX. And also some people want to use prop firms. Why KuCoin? Well, ZachXBT has been called out himself as well many times. So we do our research. Everyone has his own preference, right? It's just who we are working with. By the way, 350 people here. Make sure to smash the like button. It's the only way that we can organically grow. And since I'm doing everything for free, it could be the least that you guys do as well. How are you guys doing? I'm good. How are you guys? Thoughts about 85K's resistance, 200-day. So Dr. Profit calling it as his entry for Big Short. Don't like the name of him, but he was mostly right. Listen, Dr. Profit is it's an interesting character, to say the least. I think, and that's what the fuck happened here? I pressed something. Never good if I start pressing buttons unsupervised by myself. That's why, where is it even? I drew this second one because this is exactly indeed lining up with the 200-day. As of now, with 6 minutes prior to New York opening, we're at the absolute high of the range yet again on the daily. Looks that we're gonna grab the 82.2K liquidity, and my music all of a sudden stopped as well. Music. Let's see if we can finally get a retrace. I think Bitcoin is done for a retrace, especially because it keeps on giving out free longs. But yeah, is the 𝗘𝗃𝗏𝗏. You guys sometimes keep on wondering. I don't know if this is the right stream to. Okay. I wanna have something else. I wanna have something decent. Yeah, whatever. Okay, 4 minutes prior to New York. This is the current short. If this doesn't work, the only thing I'm touching is going to be high 84s. Let's see, guys. We have been bluntly pumping. All asset pairs appear to agree on the fact that everything just bluntly pumps. And this has been the case for the last, I'd say, couple weeks. Let's reopen Nasdaq. Let's reopen oil. Pretty sure we will continue to pump today. 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗧 packed. Yeah, I think 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗧 single-handedly is the most dangerous fucking thing to this industry. But not everyone... isn't it make you upset that your stop loss erases 1.5 million, 70% of your profit? I held this position longer than I would have wanted. That will indeed be approximately 1.5. I still have $1 million profit left then. Does it upset me? It's part of trading, you know? Trading is choices, and you can see the result of your choice. So, yes, this is upsetting. Yes, I hate it. No, I don't like to lose that much money. Yes, it really fucking hurts. But I've made it before, and I will make it again. This platform is FlowX. FlowX is our own free trading interface where we're currently aggregating all exchanges, showing you the money flow, the influx, the outflux, and everything that you need to know to trade, including the liquidations, the deviations, and the CVD. And soon, we're going to add a lot more cool tools to it as well. 𝗪𝗶𝗴𝗏 short will come soon. Jesus. Not as long as we keep getting $100 5-second candles out of the blue. Currently now, something is trying so insanely hard to keep price up. It's something I've rarely seen. Where's your boy Bax? Bro, that challenge was taking the living shit out of me. So we stopped the challenge. I think we ended at 26, 27K from 5K. So that's very, very good. But I couldn't do it anymore. 2 times a day, the streaming. Yeah. So I have to make sure that we divide our attention. So again, if you like to trade KYC, make sure to sign up on KuCoin. We also have great deals, great signups and everything. And like I said, pretty excited, but we partner with MetaMask as well. So it's going to be our non-custodial partner. And next to the non-custodial, it's also a place where you can now do prediction markets. And that for me it's kind of epic, to be honest. I like prediction markets. So we're definitely going to play around with that. Yeah, we had a good fight back for me. We still have. We're still good friends, but I couldn't keep up with twice a day streaming. So New York opened. Let's see the violence it's going to bring. This still says April. That's pretty interesting as well. Today we have two very, very big announcements at 4. So that's probably also going to determine what I'm going to do with my trade. If at 4 we still continue to pump and these numbers have a bullish implementation into the market, that's going to be my time to cut the trade, man. Then I've had enough. I've seen enough. I'll come back whenever this thing decides to make sense again. And I'm out. Like yesterday, it whiffed. It had a whiff of making sense again when it dumped in the morning. After directly eliminating it, squishing it, and going back even higher, that was mental for me. That was absolutely mental. And also, to be honest, I'm hating Twitter more and more. That thing or that space is the most absolutely ridiculed toxic breeding frenzy that I've ever seen. Why is everyone on Twitter apparently world's greatest trader? Like everyone is sitting there. Everyone is sitting there that managing their 12.4 cents portfolio. Like they're the absolute gods. Retards on Twitter are piling on you so much. Yeah, it's insane. Like, listen, I don't like it. Don't get me wrong. I hate it, and it makes me sick to my stomach. But I'm comfortable losing $1 million. But they're like, oh, it's demo trading. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Boo. If I'm in profit, it's demo. If I'm down, I'm a retard. Like, pick a choice, right? Pick your poison. And next to that, it's the constant nagging of everyone who apparently is a way better trader than me, but I've never seen them at a trading competition. I've never seen them at a global leaderboard. I've never seen them participate in anything, even on the 𝗏𝗏𝗴 Beat the Bear competition, just for reference. Right, so for the people that don't know, we're doing the Beat the Bear challenge. The cumulative volume is 521 million, right? And that's not just the team volume, that's the total volume of the affiliates. We're at 98 and the number 2 is at 19, right? Just to give a bit of an idea. Where do they think the other 400 comes from? That comes raining from the sky and out of thin air? If I wasn't doing it. Same as the team P&L. We're at 73% still. 73% profit. With a team that's doing over 100 million. Just the team. Without me. So, I've never seen any of these apparent, very sophisticated pro traders with 4 followers and 13 cents to their name. But yeah, I'm getting to the point where it's mentally, genuinely affecting me. And that's not something I condone. So if it keeps on happening, everyone gets blocked. I don't need them. I'll make money without them. Trust me. But yeah, you guys are great. Thank you for showing up every day that I'm streaming. And let's dive into the chart. So what I'm currently seeing still is the last resort is 82.4. If not 82, I think we can even remove this in between. Then it's going to be high 84s. And if we lose high 84s, it's going to be 91. It would be absolutely ridiculed to say or to think that we could actually go to the 90s. But I'm getting to the point where we might, guys. Honestly, I'm getting to a point where Nasdaq opened up again. You can't make this up. Look at this Nasdaq move, guys. Nasdaq is up as much as Bitcoin. What do ups need to see to long? Listen, that's my issue right now. The chances of me longing any of this move again are next to 0. And I can explain you why. Wait, what are these opening candles again? On Nasdaq. Jesus, crazy. Absolutely ridiculed. So the thing is, for me, this move should have been done already. And should have ended already. So for me to now jump in on this makes risk reward wise no sense. Every time frame appears to be bullish. Even though all the liquidations are sitting below. What am I listening to? How's my mood? Epic. So, I don't know. It's really hard to make sense out of the market right now. Because where do you long this, right? There's no pullbacks. There's no downside. You can't just jump into a long right now. Yeah, you can, and apparently it makes you money. But risk-reward wise, it's doesn't make sense, right? Hunger Games is cooking. Yeah, it feels like I feel like I'm in the Hunger Games as well. Chento, don't eat the berries. Bro, what berries? Oh yeah. If I were long, it would drop. Probably. That's why I'm not longing it. For me, I cannot build a long into this. The interesting thing is that we're holding the 4-hour EMA. But yet again, look at this. They can, even New York Open can't break through the simplest low structure. And they're doing this every New York opening again and again and again. It's just rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Let's see how the sessions have been doing. Tokyo and New York. New York had 5 green sessions out of the last 5. That's crazy. Yeah, this structurally and fundamentally, there are wrong things on. There's stuff wrong with this on every level. But for now, this is the situation. We can't change it. We can't influence it. So we have to deal with it. We have to manage it to our best and take it again from there. That's all we can do. Do you trade patterns as well? Is that successful? I don't trade like Elliott Wave or any other patterns. Oh, it looks like something red is forming. Would surprise me if we actually go down, but because Nasdaq really isn't. Look at this. Even these simple structures are have proven to be unbreakable for Bitcoin as of yet. Even though the flow is turning bearish again, and I've seen this happen a couple of times yesterday as well. This does help my trade a lot, actually. Oh, never mind. And this is what frightens me about the current PA, right? Look, spot drop off, rather good pressure downwards. Look at this volume. This volume candle here, this one is bigger than anything we've seen up, right? Look back, it's the same as this candle here. As these candles. And these are full-blown. This candle has the same volume almost as this candle. But look at the effect of this one and the effect of the other one. This is a $100 candle. This can barely tie his own shoelaces. So as long as the absorption is not changing, and with that, I mean that they actually show the real impact of the move, there's no way this is coming down. Because it's the irrationality. And we've talked about, this gives the same vibes as during Christmas, right? Full irrationality of the market. Doesn't matter what happens, it has chosen a direction. Is everyone with me on that? Funding rate has an impact, but not insanely. This frustrating approach of time and analysis. I would have a heart attack if I weren't streaming. I'm not kidding. Bro, listen, you can stress about it. And I've learned this the hard way. I can stress my ass off about this, right? Malik, I just answered your question. No need to repeat it. I can stress my ass off and sit here stress, but as soon as I stress, it's gonna influence my psychological as well, right? It's gonna have an impact on me. And everything that influences me and everything that has an impact on how clearly I can vision the charts, see the trades and everything, it's not gonna help me. So, yeah. Look at how they've eaten back up this candle. I don't know what's there left for me to say. It looks like it wants to move down slightly. And then it's like, thought about it, ain't fucking happening. And that's the story of Bitcoin right now, ladies and gentlemen. How much is your net worth when you started trading? Close to $1 million. Yeah, everything is irrational. The problem is, it can stay irrational really, really freaking long. I'm not eternally bearish. I'm just saying at this point, I don't know where to long. And that's me being honest. I can... Sam invest, apparently you're goated, right? Because otherwise you wouldn't make that statement. So since you're so amazingly good at it, tell the chat your yearly P&L and where you would long this and why, with conviction. And I'll put my money there. But we're also going to sign a contract that you'll refund me if it goes wrong. Then I'll flip right now. I'll close my position publicly on stream and I'll follow you. But then there's going to be a signature. At 82.2, I will 100% start questioning this position. So, yes. Dimitri expects down. I don't know. As long as you can cut a loser, that's what counts. I can. But I need to be convinced that it's a loser. This structure is absolutely horrific. So I'm going to wait out the news in 15 minutes. See the impact of it. And if it's still... the same blunt, absolute flying machine as it has proven to be, then there's no gain to be made, and I'll probably take no trades for a bit of time because I need time to build positions. I can't just randomly jump in. But all of this PA, all of this pressure, all of the current movement it's senseless. Diego Alphonse, that's what I'm trying to understand, right? How can people see this as a long? And I'm trying to have a genuine conversation with you guys. Explain to me why Bitcoin should go up. Explain to me why the market is still bearish or bullish. Explain to me why it makes sense that we're here. Right? I'm genuinely trying to understand. You think it will reach 81.6 again? Bro, give it 30 seconds. High and high low. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We should be dumping. Skinwalker, but that's where you go wrong. There's currently 4 times more long liquidation than there is short. So liquidity-wise, that argument is not true. 𝗫𝗫𝗴𝗏, who is shorting? If you look at any given liquidity chart, everything is below. Look here at the liquidation levels. Where are the liquidations? They're not above. I can tell you that much. They're not above. Liquidations sit below. Where's the liquidity pact? Where's the liquidity pact? Where's the liquidity pact? The liquidity is below to 79. Max Pain is below to 79. So that's not an argument. Bearish sentiment gets priced in and repeated bad geopolitical news has diminished market impact. So eventually price reacts more to positioning and liquidity than headlines. Yeah, but tell me, where is everyone positioned? Because this doesn't tell me that people are positioned in a long or in a short. 𝗘𝗃𝗲𝗏, that's the only logical reason I could give you why we're going up. Because 2 morons are controlling 10%. No, I haven't changed my take profit. But look at this, right? It goes to 175 and it's at 600 again. Look at these 2 candles, man. 0.5%, blunt, done deal. 6-7 minutes, that's all it needs. Market needs to build liquidity, but there is a lot of liquidity. So rationally, yeah, I know. You have to stay in this long enough and not get shaking your belief. We've seen this before, not as irrational as this, don't get me wrong, but we've seen this, you know, that everyone's like, this cannot be happening. This cannot be true. Right? But we're still in the disbelief stage instead of the acceptance stage. And as soon as we go to acceptance, that's where everyone gets blown out. I don't think this is going to be a fast reverse. I think it's going to roam around for a bit in a given range. Let's say 79.82 is going to be the new range. For example, huh? 20K bottom. I never said 20K. Maybe they're hunting your position. Bro, I'm not relevant enough. And we can't make that excuse because 90% thing... Yeah, never mind. Where people are replying pictures of CZ with... What do I need with this? You idiot. CZ Binance, do you think that Thief will make you any money? Don't you know that he takes the opposite position in every trade his customers open? My Insta for you. My Insta for you. Or my ex. Big dump coming, big dump coming. Bro, are you like 𝗘𝗃𝗲𝗍𝗊? There was a cartoon in the Netherlands called 𝗘𝗃𝗲𝗍𝗊. Always said things twice. You don't know what you're talking about? Are you talking to me? Why are you here? If you think I don't know what I'm talking about, I voluntarily ask you to fuck off out of my chat. How many monitors you have? I have 3. And a TV above it. So I have 1, 2, 3 and a TV above. About CZ. Yeah, no, the guy has no clue. Absolutely no given clue. Do you prefer Leviathan over Bookmap? I'm not using the Leviathan one. I'm using our own, our 𝗘𝗃𝗃𝗧 one. 𝗪𝗃𝗃𝗏, that was Luke, yeah. I've never played CS2. I don't game, to be honest. What's with Andy? Well, what's with Andy? Yeah, they closed this CME, which is peculiar as well. They just... Every candle down isn't with force. Up is forced, you know? That's conviction, it has... There's schwung to it. Same as Nasdaq, man. Look at this from April 25. So in a year, Nasdaq. Nasdaq is up in a year 72%. Nasdaq is up 72% in a year, guys. Realize that. 72% in a year. Look, in the 2007-2008 crash, it crashed 50%. And since then, it's up 2,300%. I don't know what to say, man. Look at these weekly candles, guys. This is the war, right? 24% since the war. Money is also getting more worthless. Yeah, but you cannot... Listen. Need to see this year to year. So let's say the average inflation from right? Okay. Let's say it's 4%, right? In those, what is it, 20 years. That would mean that every dollar is still worth 44 cents. So if buying power decreased for the same dollar with 56% by taking inflation into account, that still doesn't really rectify this move up. Because this is a 2,900% move. Yes, 2,900. So that's a times 30. Even minus inflation, that's still a 13x of your money. Twenty-year housing prices. So in 2007, the housing prices were 200K, right? Now they are 400K, so that's doubling. So there's a 100% increase in housing prices in that same given period. Do you like the market? 𝗧𝗏𝗟𝗏𝗢 absolutely hate this market. No, it just bounced off the same fucking non-existent level again. Look. Just made a double bottom and fucked off. So housing prices since 2008 have doubled. Which is, it's not good, but it's doubled. Still, after correction for inflation, Nasdaq has gone up since then at 13x. No one can explain that bullshit to me. Like, that's unexplainable. Let's see if this can do something. If this keeps on going up afterwards. So what are we looking for? Actual greater than forecast is good for currency. And Joe's job openings. These two are very, very important economic factors as well. If this is smaller than the number, we'll probably move up more. These two are going to be interesting, man. But I don't know what the impact on Bitcoin is going to be. Looks to be dumping from the corner of my eye. Show greater. Actual greater. This is slightly less. Nasdaq looks to not take it the greatest way. They'll probably go back up like crazy. Yeah, it has the tendency to do that. Right now, every significant level that gets broken to the upside gets no retrace. So if they break it, they hold above. Break, hold above. Break, hold above. Honestly, the structure is becoming insanely bullish. I cannot say anything else about it. It's becoming bullish. And oil is dumping. And that's Dixie's going up. I don't know why oil goes down, to be honest. Someone said when we were at 64K that we will reach 80 and then dump to 55. Well, we're now at a point in the charts where absolutely everything is possible. Yesterday we had Dubai being attacked again, right? So Dubai was under fire, rockets were launched, and the market is like, yeah, we don't care. Nasdaq rocketed off of this again, even though bad for economy, right? Bad for economy. Bad for economy. Nope. Everything is opposite, yeah. Then I am reversal. Bro, I genuinely don't know. I don't know what to say anymore, guys. Except press the like button. I cannot tell you anything more useful. Can't make sense out of it. Except saying we're probably going to go higher. That's my assumption. So I think I'm going to leave it at that for today, guys. There's no glory to be made from here. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit the like button on your way out, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.